Hello, beautiful, magical, divine one. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for coming to co-create here with me, with you, with Source today, because you are Source, Source is you, and this is the truth. So, I feel like this message is going to be very messy. The energy feels very intense, like it feels a bit discombobulated. My human, this isn't like the third time I've actually pressed record, because the minute I go into this, it's actually a little bit intense, not uncomfortable, not something that like I would like to avoid, but it took me a while to calibrate to the energy, and it seems to be settling down a little bit. I say this at 5-5, the settling down. So if this message has found you, here's what is coming through for you at this time. Things are beginning to settle down. It's like you've been on a really, really long boat ride or a really, really bumpy car ride. Like, not an easy journey, a bumpy journey, not like smooth sailing, okay? And now that bumpiness is over. Like, the ship has docked, the car has parked, and there's a door, but only you can open it, right? Only you can choose to be ready for this next adventure. And this is not to say that it's about moving or actually going anywhere. For some of you, this may be true. But this adventure that we are all going on, this collective adventure, is one into unity consciousness. So if this message has found you, it's like you have begun to listen to the secrets that were locked within your heart. Like, your sacred heart is open and you are hearing, but you're not really hearing, right? Because it's all just feeling, it's knowing, because everything is perfect, right? That's where the knowing comes in. That's where the unity comes in. So it's like all the bumps that you experienced, everything that you experienced was something to assist you in unlocking. Like, it's not, secret keeps coming through, and it's like the secrets of your heart, but it's not really secret at all, right? Because the truth of you, not a secret. The conditioning, that was the shell, that was the secret, right? That was the housing, the secret, housing your power, your truth, your light, your divinity, your magnetism, your everything. Excuse me. So yesterday they gave me, I think it was yesterday, they gave me the images of Russian stacking dolls. They've been giving this whole melting away quite a lot, and earlier today, which is also why there is actually space for me to record. I actually wasn't going to record today. Today is a packing day for me, so I think might look a little bit, I don't know what you can see, boxes there, but a little bit more haphazard than normal. And so I did not think that there would be time to record. But what I found was, as I did this task that I've sort of been putting off a little bit, because I mean, really, sometimes you just really don't feel like packing. Sometimes you're just tired, 444. But this is, it's one of those where, like, it's something that I need to do, and I know that in the packing there's a lot of cleansing, right? There's a lot of actual releasing of physical density in the world. So it's metaphoric, it's symbolic, it's so many things, right? But why I'm bringing this through, or why I'm being called to share this with you, is because in the process of going, this is something that I'm being called to do now. I've made the time. With the 2-year-old, you kind of have to sometimes make the time to pack, meaning somebody else gets to play with her for a little while. And I focused on and it wasn't a task. I didn't see it as a task. It was just something, and I became fully embodied in what I was doing. And this is where collapsing of time comes in. Because I packed so much, got so much done, which is usually the case when I allow myself to become, or give myself permission to become fully embodied, fully immersed in whatever I'm doing. Time doesn't work the way that it did the last time I was doing that task, right? It collapses, and suddenly you've done so much, but very little time has passed, and now suddenly space has been made. So space was made for this message to come through for you today. And the minute that I acknowledged, accepted, and had great amounts of gratitude for all that has occurred in my day today, my human's day, I got not all the information, but I started getting stuff for you. So here's what's been coming through before I bring the cards out. The melting pot, right? Things are being melted away. All that is not you being melted away. Imagine that you are a candle. Okay. Imagine that you are a candle, but as this candle, you believe that that is all that you are, right? A candle with a wick. Imagine your awakening as you starting to ask questions, you starting to feel resonance and feel what is not resonant. Stuff was awoken, right? That's like the wick being lit. And everything from that moment, from that moment. And I know it's a big moment. It doesn't start at, well, in my case and in my experience, it generally doesn't start at the start of the spiritual journey, at the start of the questioning. That's usually the beautiful, or it's all beautiful, but that's usually kind of like where you get reintroduced to magic. And then as you discover and experience and feel all the resonance there comes a point where you realize, I mean, I still remember being spiritual, calling myself spiritual, and having conversations about, but what happens to me, my soul? I am my soul, right? But the way that I was meaning it was everything human about me, the Angela that was standing there, everything that she had lived, all, I don't know, 36 years, I can't remember how old I was at the time, but around 35, I think, 35, 36, the soul that I was so attached to was not my soul at all, right? So it is when you realize 818, and I'm feeling that this number is really, I'm getting confirmation here, really resonant for you guys, relevant for you guys. Maybe you've been seeing it a lot, maybe. For me, what it's abundance, right? It's the eights, but with this one, it's this new beginning, and this is what this whole messy message is kind of come to eventually. Okay. So that's your awakening, the light. You're now aware, and as you become more aware, you begin to become aware that you are consciousness, you are God, you are everything, you are this baby monitor, right? You are the lighter that lit your wick. But that only really happens as everything melts away, as the self, not the soul, as the human self melts away, knowing that, like, it's gonna be messy. All right, sometimes it's messy, and it's beautiful, and it's magical, and in this melting, it's where this is why, if this message has found you, you're melting away into unity consciousness. That's what's happening at this time, and that's why things may feel really, it's like intense. Okay, I like this imagery. I haven't thought of this or not the specific thing, but just this. Anyway, let me speak. What's also showing me is like, you know, if you're going on a first date with somebody and you're really excited about the date, like it's actually a date that you want to go on. Maybe you've been waiting a really long time for this person to ask you, or for you to ask this person, or whatever. You get the energy. And I remember when I was younger, and probably actually would still be, I don't know, there would be like a nervous excitedness, like an anxiety. You could like an anxiety, but not an anxiety that that would cause me to want to not go, right? Because I wanted to play, whatever, go on a date, see what would happen, right? This is the energy. And this is, I feel like this is the shift. This is what I'm feeling. There was a beautiful bird that just flew and landed on a branch outside. Actually, and lots of birds, actually. So, big confirmation from Gaia. 11:11, big confirmation from Gaia, because this unity consciousness is where you realize that you are Gaia. And I'm not telling you to do or change anything, right? I know some people are very much on the vegetarian, the vegan, the this, the that. I have my own beliefs, my own things that feel resonant for me, that I don't believe that either is wrong or either is right. I think it's really what feels good for you as the human you are playing, right? Because it's all a role. I think the big opening for me was shifting my perspective from I am a mother, which I am, but I'm so much more than that. I am playing the role of a mother. I have played the role of a mother many times. I've played the role of a father many times. When you begin to see your humanness as a role, it becomes a lot more fun. It becomes a lot less serious, because life is actually not serious at all. That's part of the conditioning. It's part of what keeps us small. Okay, I'm being called to take the cards out now. So if any of that resonates with you, my name is Angela. I channel Source Consciousness daily through for you guys, for the most part. And it's so beautiful playing in your frequency and feeling the shifts that, I don't know, that I just feel such a big shift in the energetic field. Like as I got into the zone, I saw what I can only describe as like an angel butterfly, like take flight, but it was so bright. Like it just, this is you. This is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you are stepping into a new era. Let's call it an era, because that feels resonant. Okay. So if this calls to you, I ask you, if you can, to ground yourself in this beautiful magical now with your breath. Knowing your breath, the air that you breathe, it's you. Show yourself the love and respect that you deserve by taking some time to breathe yourself in, to connect yourself to the source of you, the truth of you, your light, your divinity. Surrendering on each exhale, softening to the now with each inhale, breathing as many times as you feel called to. Okay, one more card. Okay, 9 of Cups. Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna say, as I'm hearing in my head, yes, baby, you're on your way. Like, Source is giving you a big cheers, like a ching ching. This is the bliss before bliss card. This is really, for me, a confirmation for you that you can rest easy, sit in the knowing be in the knowing by being in the now. And you cannot be in the now if you're being in your head. Okay, that's part of the illusion. This is about dropping from the mind and into the heart. And we do not do that by thinking. We do not do that by doing anything. We do that by pulling ourselves back to the present. This Three of Pentacles is the only face card. Yeah, the only card that was face up. 3 face down cards at the bottom. I feel that 3s have been maybe really relevant for you. What's coming through here is that with the 3 of Pentacles and all these 3s, oh, this is beautiful, friends. I'll pick those cards up now, but just know beautiful energy and wings, right? This Temperance has wings. Things are coming into balance, like in this cocoon, in this struggle, in this metamorphosis that you have been going through, because you have been melting away. You're human, your ego. Big confirmation there from the left side in my ear, right? This is happening, and I'm feeling that Queen of Cups, that you just need to be reminded of something right here, right now. All of this is happening because you see you. You know you are worthy, right? This is because of what you have been doing. You've been choosing you more and more. 444. You've been choosing you in ways that you have never done before. And you've been playing the game of life. You've stopped trying to live and survive the game of life. Yes, there are moments where you may still play in those paradigms. 5-5, that's perfect, that's fine, that's beautiful. That's what your alchemy is for. It's not for judgment. Like, you've checked judgment at the door. This is what I'm hearing. You've checked judgment at the door. With these 4s and the 3s, before I saw the 4s, what was coming through is that this magical element, there is something that is a connection that is being made, a resistance that is being dropped, an attachment that is being let go of, a shift, right? It's all an internal shift. But what I'm feeling is like, this is, let me just pull and see, because I'm feeling that there is a 2-part way in this particular message. Like, for some of you, this is very much about your creations, like the things that you are creating with Swords, that it's like the final piece of the puzzle is going to drop in something. Okay, I like this imagery. Imagine you're putting up a light display and you spent all this time putting it in the right place, checking it, every bulb, and now you've waited for the sun to go down and you're just about to turn on the light. Okay, and that's all they're giving me there. That, yeah, like it's that light switch is now going to be made known to you. Like, it's something that is going to shift. You're going to see things in a whole new way. Take it how it resonates. For others, I feel like this is very much you, the King of Swords, you meeting you, like you stepping into your authenticity, but not because you step into anything, because you allow all that is not you to fall away. With this King of Swords, I feel that this is, what I'm hearing is that the sword of truth is here. Like, you're cutting through the noise, you're cutting through the nonsense, you're cutting through the thoughts, you're realizing, remembering, embodying that thoughts are not you, that you are not your thoughts. The thoughts are quite literally little empty cloud bubbles until you attach to it, until you give it meaning, until you make it real. So take that how it resonates, friends. That's how all of that wanted to come through. Okay, but the Temperance, the Queen of Wands, and the Sun. Things coming into balance because you've experienced, you've remembered enough, like you are ready, and it's like, okay, what I'm seeing is that when you were in the cocoon, right, when you were still in the ego, very much holding on to things, not allowing things to melt away. It was perfect because it assisted you in creating the most beautiful, magical, I'm just like playful wings. Like your wings are so special. And it's because you had to struggle so much. Okay, that's the only way that I can put into words. And forgive me just to breathe into the emotion of this and to just let it pass. But yes, because you had to struggle. So it's been a struggle, and now it's because of the struggle that your wings are so beautiful, and like the sun has come out to watch you take flight. Okay, it's so beautiful. Whatever you have done, whatever is occurring in your reality, and friends, my whole body is vibrating. Like I feel like the Duracell bunny. Like that's the energy, and it's beautiful. It's so, there are no words that I can use to explain it. So you'll just have to feel the resonance here now, like with your breath. When you hear these words, that everything is about to change for you, does it ring true? Does it and by ring, because a bell vibrates, right? When you hit a bell, you hear it, you see it vibrate. It's more than sound, right? It is like the bell embodies the sound. Okay, so does it feel true? Because it's true if you choose for it to be. It is true. It's always true. But right now, this message has found you. Source wants you to know. My human gets so uncomfortable giving predictions like this, because this isn't really a prediction. This is an energetic read. But I know how it can sometimes be internalized. And Source wants you to know that everything's about to be different. Everything's about to be different in a way that is beyond words. Like your reality is, I'm just getting confirmation, so I'm just going to go with this. Your reality is ramping up in such a way that this Eight of Swords, you will never ever experience this or anything like that feeling, right? The feelings of feeling trapped, not knowing where to go, not knowing what's coming, noticing that this is an 8. Okay, like this is, you've dropped this, and with this it's like that a new beginning has found you. 1 8 8, right? This number is coming through, and I'm just seeing like I'm going to pull an alchemy card here. Okay, friends, I did give fair warning. The message was going to be messy. There's so much in the field. It's so it's interesting trying to keep up with all of it, so bear with me, please. Or don't. Okay, so you have shifted one of the biggest blockages. Remember, because that's how I'm seeing it. I'm actually seeing it as like a blockage in your brain, like something you did not want to see. And I feel like that's kind of reminding me of what happened at the beginning of this video, like blinding light. Something is being shown to you at this time. You've just seen it, and it is the catalyst. It is the catalyst. It is the catalyst for you popping out of you, the you thought you were. Right? This unity consciousness message is coming through so strongly. So this message is not going to be for everyone. No, because unity consciousness is not for everyone, because it is. You know, you are unity consciousness. You are God. Everything is you. You are everything. So you can't escape it, right? But the reason why I'm being told or being guided or what's coming through is, see, I'm even resisting saying it, that this message is not for everyone, is because we are all at different stages in the journey. And unity consciousness is something that starts here. It's not something that starts here. So you have to feel whether this is for you. Feel whether you have been feeling more connected to your coffee cup, to the water that you drink, to the food that you eat, to the breath that you take, to the rustling of the tree leaves in the wind. So it's very much a here thing, and you can feel the resonance there. Take whatever else resonates. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. The Empress and the Ace of Pentacles. In many traditional, I don't even know why I'm going to use the word traditional there, but I'm using it just to give reference, traditional tarot readings, this combination often represents birth, pregnancy, fertility, somebody falling pregnant, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The same is true here. So I'm not saying that any of you are pregnant, but this is really where you are birthing yourself into new earth, into the true, it's like into the truth. Okay, because you don't, the illusion is not here to be escaped. The illusion is here to be played with. So it's essentially like you don't go anywhere, the world doesn't change, the world remains, but you change to the point that the way that you experience everything in the world is other, right? And the more people that experience the world in this way, in this unity consciousness way, the more Gaia's vibration rises, the more people feel like you inclined to, or interested or curious about lighting the wick of their candle to begin their melting. Because really that is what the spiritual journey is, friends. It's about everything melting away except love. And so you are in the birth canal, you're in the quantum birth canal at this time, hearing big applause, like an arena. Oh wow. like an arena, like a standing ovation. Okay, this, whomever you are, I'm gonna pull an alchemy. Whomever you are, I don't know who you are. I don't know who this message finds. I just know it finds whom it is meant to find. Please know this, because Source really wants, and I can just feel that you have experienced a lot. And feeling all those feelings, do not belittle or diminish all that you have remembered, all that you have experienced at this time. You're amazing. You're amazing. There is a flippin' galactic standing ovation. Like that is the feeling here, friends. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what you've done. I don't know what you had to use your alchemy on. I don't know. But I don't know how else to say this except well fucking done. Okay. Okay, source, lay off for a moment, please. Okay, so let's see this alchemy on this 8 of swords, because I feel like this is going to be of assistance to whomever. Yellowing, xanthosis, and I'm being told to take one more. This yellowing card has come up quite a few times for this collective. Like one of the cards that's come up the most. Which card is okay? Okay, so this is just experience. Be prepared to experience synchronicity, because synchronicity is basically going to be like the new way. There is almost like no synchronicity anymore, because everything I don't know, like synchronicities are going to change. I'm not being called to read from the book there, because it is not being called to, but Source just wants you to know that there's something that's going to be shifting with synchronicities, how you experience them. Maybe, I don't know, and they don't want you to know. Okay, so the card, because they want you to experience it, they don't want you to have expectations, they don't want you to go looking for it, they want it to be organic, natural, as it is meant to be. Okay, but they want to prepare you so that you don't be very human, which we all are many times, and which is to say that they don't want you to disregard something because it may be something may initially appear seemingly insignificant, or it may be so big and grand that you'll think that it's not for you. I don't know. I feel like this pendulum, this little thing is swinging a multitude of ways. The Source just wants to prepare you that something within synchronicities is going to change. Okay, this rebus, the androgen, can't speak. The androgen, okay. And I'm almost sure that I pronounced it correctly, but if not, forgive my pronunciation. Okay, I'm gonna start with yellowing, and then here we go. Aging, transitioning, warning. Indicating transition. The yellowing leads us into the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel, or the ochre, blankets of leaves in fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow can be the marker of long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun and the cheer of Cynthia in February. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. It leads us forward. Like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what's to come, take heed. The transition is here, whether by yoke or by bile. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. Also, just want to remind you that the Sun card came out in this reading, right? It's like so much light. I feel so much light coming into your world, into your reality, but it's because you realize that you're the sun, and so much more. Okay, the androgen. I swear I'm actually really going to go and check the pronunciation of that after recording, because it's just, the word is not rolling off my tongue, off my lips. Okay, so this card comes right after magnum opus, the great work, 34. Okay, so I'm going to read that card after the magnum opus, because the 3s and the 4s, and remember I said that there was like, I was getting like a dual message, and that for some of you guys this was very much an internal shift, getting confirmation here, and for some of you guys this is very much about your co-creation with source, the things that you're putting out there into the world. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, maybe you're, you know, I don't know, but I know that you are a co-creator and a channel of source consciousness, and that if this message found you, there's something really magical is happening. Okay, so reading this card. Creative transcendence, multiplicity, the artist. The androgen. I see it as androgen. Sorry, friends. Finally. Okay, actually, thank you, source. Because once again, that felt so strange. Like I actually felt like my mouth was not working properly. Like I could not formulate the words in the same way as beginning energy was really hectic. Something has shifted, like something that you weren't able to do before, couldn't say. What it's going to become easier. It's going to just roll off the tongue. Like something is going to just click. Okay. Okay. Creative transcendence, multiplicity, the artist. Androgen is a deeply revered image in alchemy, born of Hermes and Aphrodite. Hermaphroditus Ditos has been classically depicted as a balanced union of divine masculine, the sun, and divine feminine, the moon. Yet today's alchemist knows the androgen is far more nuanced than that. It encompasses the infinite spectrum and reveals itself in ever-changing, non-binary forms. The divine hermaphrodite defies definition, as it is deeply personal, felt, experienced. Assessing this fluid and enlightened state requires us to slip into the contradictory realm of the senses. Breath by breath, we are drawn into our limbs, our fluids, our orifices, organs and cells. We let go of rules and labels. Judgment is suspended. The gods are present, as we are the creative mysteries of the underworld. For a brief moment, we hold all of our complexities in one loving form. Like a newborn, we know not our name, gender, age, or location. We are the embodied artist, embraced unconditionally by sun and moon. Okay. This I'm going to read, friends, and then that will be all for today. I'm being told no more cards. Okay. Magnum opus, the great work, attention, devotion, vocation. The magnum opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed on a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line, the poet scribes a single word, the rose forms a single leaf. The magnum opus card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devoted hands and the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. If one claims to be working on their magnum opus, it's likely they are not. The alchemist knows that the great work occurs without realizing it. It's a collaboration with the divine. Okay, friends. I'm feeling called to end the message with happy collaborating. Thank you for co-creating this message with me today, and thank you for all that you are. Have a beautiful, beautiful, magical now. Blessings and love. Bye-bye.